All right, everybody. Hope we are doing well on this Friday. I'm just checking, make sure that we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And we look good to go. All right. Happy Friday, everybody. We are here at the weekend, and we are seeing quite a bit of rain out there, but luckily the majority of it is rain. More of the thunderstorm threat has really started to move on out of here through the rest of the evening, and we'll hope it stays that way as we head into the weekend, but we are going to still continue to see some pretty widespread storms. But we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, and definitely let us know where you're writing in from. I see a couple people writing in on YouTube as well as Facebook, so we'll keep checking those comments every once in a while, but we are also going to be live at 8 o'clock on our second sister station, Fox 35 Plus, so just let us know what you think of the forecast, because for a lot of students, this is the last summer hurrah. They start off their school year coming up on Monday. So very exciting. Good luck to all students heading into the school year. But things are going to be a little bit soggy, especially on Monday. So fingers crossed that doesn't affect any sports practices after school or any after school activities. But good luck headed into the new school year, kids. But overall, as we do take a look, let's pop up our links full right here. We are seeing a lot of storms continuing to still push off to the west. We see a good amount of rain continuing to make its way up Florida's Turnpike, heading towards areas across Disney property, Kissimmee Celebration area, and we're also seeing a good amount of rain down by Tampa and St. Pete as well. Seeing a little bit of a showers trend up towards Daytona Beach, so we'll take a look at that in a few minutes. But here's what we're looking at the moment. So a couple things, and earlier today, we just got an update, but the Melbourne radar has actually been down. So we've been using our radar, which is in Bithlo, as well as the MCO radar, as well as Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and Tampa to kind of get the best view of all of these storms. But our OFL radar has been doing a great job. Right now over Daytona Beach, still seeing some rain. I'm going to also check in on our Hard Rock camera as well, and we'll pull that up in a second. But our Hard Rock camera showing some rain. Down by Edgewater, going to be seeing a couple more thunderstorms slowly make their way up towards DeLand and Deltona. Backing out just a little bit more, we can see more of that light rain over near Bithlo. Some heavier showers continuing to make their way towards areas across eastern Orlando. So Oak Ridge area, Ocoee, still going to be seeing some light showers. And then making our way down towards Osceola County. Osceola County has been getting hammered with rain all this week. So something big for areas across Osceola County could be the possibility of some flash flooding over the next couple of days. So just make sure, again, if you are in the Osceola County area, just make sure you are being careful and staying weather aware, because, again, flooding could be a pretty big issue as we head through the next couple of days. Writing in right now, Seth writing in, also seeing Michael writing in from Daytona Beach, and it just got done raining. Michael, it probably might be raining a little bit more before the night really wraps up. Eli writing in from Titusville. But yeah, anybody on Facebook who's still watching, definitely let us know where you're writing in from. Also on YouTube as well, seeing a couple people there as well. Arthur, Kevin, writing in. Kevin is from Lakeland, and Lakeland is also going to be seeing some rain. Just looks like just off to the north, we're seeing some of that rain. Let's back out just a little bit. Yeah, Lakeland seeing some rain, especially up towards more the closer to the I-4 quarter, still seeing some of that rain. We're also seeing some of that rain just south of Kissimmee and Haines City as well. So backing out just a little bit, here's pretty much what we're going to be seeing through the rest of the evening. Let's pull out our forecast right here. So this is a little bit overdone, but you can still just see the widespread nature of those storms of what we can see through the rest of the evening. Slowly going to start to push westward as things start to quiet down through the overnight tonight. Something that did save us earlier today was the storms that really kicked in earlier. We saw some of those thunderstorms really pick up probably at about 12:30. We saw those storms really pick up, and they continued to make their way westward. So most of the storms popped up along the east coast and then continued to push off the west coast, which we're seeing here right now. But today, we definitely saw a lot more of that cloud cover earlier on in the day, which kind of helped out not building up as much storm energy as what we normally see here across central Florida. So right now we can see a good amount of that widespread rain, probably still seeing some storms as we head into about 10, 11 o'clock, and maybe seeing a last-ditch thunderstorm over Orlando as we head into very early tomorrow morning. But things going to quiet down through the overnight tonight, continuing to stay quiet through tomorrow morning, and then as we take a look at the weekend ahead, I know this is what everyone wants to see, because again, if you have kids that are in grade school, this is the last hurrah for us here in Central Florida, because school starts on Monday, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But overall, what we can see, and I'm going to roll down on YouTube, Muhammad writing in on YouTube saying the power is going in and out into land. And so we'll take a look at that in 1 second. But this weekend, we're going to continue to see that rain. So areas especially that have been seeing a lot of rain over and over again, Osceola County areas, especially across the beaches. So even up towards DeLand, where Muhammad is writing in from on YouTube, that could possibly be an issue, especially when it does come to flooding. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some sort of flash flood warning in those areas specifically that has just been hit harder and harder from that rain over the past couple of days because of how high those rain chances are going to be. So I do actually want to pull up our Hard Rock camera because we are seeing a good amount of rain there. So let me do that real quick. I'll also pop up our Bithlow radar because we're also still seeing some showers there. Very gray skies out there this evening. Yesterday we had a gorgeous sunset with beautiful colors out there. And today, not so much. Very gray out there this evening. But as we do take a look, this is our Daytona Beach camera. And you can still see some of those showers. And we'll pop back on our radar in a second. Heavy rain. Definitely not the best beach day for that. And it's ultimately not going to be a great beach weekend either. So Daytona Beach, let's see who was writing in from Daytona Beach on Facebook. I'll pop this off. Michael writing in from Daytona Beach. So probably seeing a little bit more rain from there. And Jennifer, yes, Kelsey is fantastic. And also somebody writing in from Eustis as well. So Lake County should still be seeing a couple more of those showers before everything is done for tonight. Areas across Eustis, where we just saw someone write in on Facebook, seeing a couple of very scattered showers just off to the north. So that's something that we're going to be focusing in on. But still seeing just some very light rain, Titusville up towards Edgewater, Daytona. And we're going to be seeing rain very similar to this, if not a little bit stronger, as we head through the rest of the evening. Jennifer writing in on Facebook saying that she's from Orlando, probably going to be seeing a little bit more of that rain. We have some rain going to be moving in from the east, basically down the 408 corridor as we head through the rest of the evening. So probably, Jennifer, you're not out of the woods yet, but you are close. Probably just some light rain through the rest of the evening. And we're going to be seeing much more of that rain as we head through the rest of the weekend. So storm threats, what we can look for is going to be very gusty wind, because we're going to be seeing those sea breezes once again in action. That wind is going to be really gusty, lots of vivid lightning through the day tomorrow as well. And we are going to be also seeing the torrential rain. So if you get caught in that rain, it is definitely going to be heavy. And I grew up in New England, so I grew up in Boston, and I have not seen whiteout conditions from rain. I've seen whiteout conditions in snow, but not rain. There has been times that I've had to pull over because I haven't been able to see because of the rain. So that is something that I've definitely had to get used to here. And that rain is no joke whatsoever. And that is all due to these tropical systems that we have here. And before I do show this, I'm going to do one last check of our National Hurricane Center outlook. And we do have a new zone as well, so I'll take a look at this in 1 second before I do show. Luckily, though, we're just seeing a disturbance, and we're also seeing another area where we could see the possibility of some tropical development. So I mentioned this at 6, and I'm glad I did, because is storm threats we are going to be seeing there. But if you are planning on heading to the beaches this weekend, it is going to be very, very rough out there. So we can see through the weekend, if you're heading to Daytona Beach on Saturday, those rip currents are going to be very, very strong. Seeing those rip currents at a high risk over the next couple of days, and then also going to be seeing a lot of storms, especially through the afternoon and evening. So if you are heading to the beaches, be careful. David writing in right now from Titusville on YouTube, saying that they're getting very heavy rain. And Vicky writing in from Palm Bay saying, is it going to storm overnight? We'll check that in a little bit. Vicky, remind me if I don't come back to the radar in a little bit. But beaches all along the East Coast are going to be seeing dangerous rip currents as we head through the next couple of days. And that is all because of the tropics. And seeing right here, it's going to be a little tough, and through the next couple of days, it's definitely going to be on the higher side. So what we can see with the tropics, kind of switching gears ever so slightly, because we do have a big update in the tropics that I just checked, again with the National Hurricane Center. With the tropics, so we are no longer looking at this zone right here. So this is just a cluster of thunderstorms. There is no chance for this to develop, which is good news. However, I do want to back out just a little bit, because we have a new zone to look at, and I'll kind of be editing along the way. So this was actually just updated within the past couple of minutes. So we are no longer looking at that zone just off the East Coast. However, we are going to be looking at this zone right here. So this is still going to be staying 40% zone up here. And then we are also going to be seeing another zone that was just outlooked by the National Hurricane Center. Let me just do a quick look. And this is now a 20% zone as of 8 p.m. So I'm just doing this right here. Now a 20% chance, and this is still a 40% chance of seeing some tropical development. So just taking a closer look right here. This is a wave that's just making its way off the African coastline, and this is what's set to possibly make its way across the Atlantic as we head through the next couple of days. So again, this is directly from the National Hurricane Center, updated just a couple of minutes ago, just as we started this stream. And so that's something that we're going to be watching ever so very, very closely as we head through the next couple of days. So, but those are the two main zones of what we can see there right now. But again, we're going to be very much focusing in on that as we head through the next couple of days. So doing a little bit of prep work here for our 8 o'clock show, and I'll kind of do an analysis as I'm doing this for the tropics, because yeah, tropics are waking up for sure. We can see here that this is no longer a threat. We are just keeping this little system on tap just because we are seeing the possibility of that, but really nothing to worry about with this, just a little cluster of thunderstorms. However, the Western Atlantic, this is what's really going to be waking up. So this one right here, this is that 40% chance. We can see this, and let me just double check my numbers. Yes, 40% chance, 0% chance of forming within the next 2 days. So this is the system that we've been watching for quite a while. So this is Invest 96L. This is set to move northward and kind of follow this curve. We have a big high pressure system right here in the central Atlantic, and this is what's going to kind of follow it, but it's going to recurve and possibly make its way northward. However, it is something that we're going to be watching. 40% chance of development within the next 7 days, 0% chance within the next 2 days. And this is going to be very similar to what we're going to be seeing with this newest wave that we're keeping an eye on here. So this is Invest 96L, and this is the spaghetti models for that. We can see that low pressure system. Most of those models bring it in this big curve as it follows this big high pressure system, but these are going to change every single day for the next couple of days, because once we get to 5 and 7 days out, models really don't know what's going to happen. And there's been a lot of social media models that have been put out there, and with that, it's definitely much more of a model reading game, but models are very particular. They do good within 2 and 3 days, but anything past that, it's very much anyone's guess, because just of how things are set up. But new, again, from the National Hurricane Center, updated just a couple minutes ago, we are now watching this wave. And I mentioned this in the 5 and 6 o'clock show. If we were also if we were watching that we were keeping an eye on this wave, and it was going to possibly be issued earlier on yesterday, but they waited another day, and this is what could possibly make its way over into the Atlantic a little bit later on. So this is another tropical wave that we're going to be watching, and this has a 20% chance of development within the next 7 days. So something that we're going to be watching very closely as we head through the next couple of days, which is definitely going to be a little bit busy for sure, because this, as it kind of follows this first wave right here, which is 96L, that's what's going to be very much watching through the next couple of days, as we really see the tropics wake up. This could possibly be our first hurricane of the season, which normally we see our first hurricane right around August 11th, so we're kind of getting to that spot, but we still have a lot of Saharan dust in the air. So again, as we take a look at our satellite right here, this is the newest tropical wave that we're watching. This is Invest 96L. So this thing has a lot of dust to get through before it really has a chance in order to tap into that very warm ocean water. And that's what we're going to be very much focusing in on, because look how warm that ocean water is. And this is, we've been talking every single year. When we talk ocean temperatures, anything over 80 degrees, tropics are very picky, just like I am when it comes to ocean water. It needs to be right in between the low 80s to mid 80s. Anything warmer than that is almost too warm. Anything colder than that is way too cold. So it needs that like 80 degree temperatures. And if it does continue to kind of follow this high pressure system around, it's just going to feed into that 80 degree water. So that's something that we're really going to be watching over the next couple of days as we take a look ahead. So that's ultimately what we can see in the tropics, but let's actually break down your 7 day. As we can see right here, it is definitely going to be on the soggy side out there for sure. It is going to be pretty much widespread rain over the next couple of days. We're going to continue to see those temperatures staying warm, but it's going to be lingering more closer to the low 90s as we take a look Saturday and Sunday. Rain chances go down for the start of the work week, but then things slowly start to pick back up as we take a look a little bit later on. So that's something that we're going to be watching very closely as we head through the next couple of days. So 7 day forecast, and then we'll take one last look at the radar, because I did see a couple people write in on Facebook and YouTube. Rating in, here's your 7 day. So seeing those temperatures continuing to stay throughout the low 90s, our rain chances cut down ever so slightly, taking a look at next week. And once our rain chances get cut down, we are going to be seeing those temperatures go up ever so slightly. So seeing those temperatures slowly approaching the mid 90s as we take a look ahead to next week. But overall, we are going to continue to see a good amount of rain as we take a look at the next 7 days. So taking one last look at the radar, seeing one request in Palm Bay. And Palm Bay is down here. There we go. Looks like Palm Bay is pretty much good through the rest of the overnight tonight. David saying very heavy rain in Titusville. Yes, so you're seeing a little bit of a thunderstorm continuing to make its way over the I-95 corridor, and this is what's going to slowly start to fizzle out. Things should slowly start to cool down, though. Not too bad of a storm, but yes, still seeing a lot of rain for sure. David also, that was you before. Sorry, I have a microphone in the way, so I'm trying to get all our YouTube comments done first. And Mohammed from DeLand also checking in. DeLand may see a couple of other scattered showers before things start to clear up later on tonight. And I think I got everybody on YouTube as we were kind of starting. Vicky, also from Titusville. Yes, it is raining very, very hard out there right now. But things slowly should start to lighten up within the next couple of minutes. Didn't really see too many delays at the airport today. We did see a couple of thunderstorms just to the south of the airport, but now we're starting to see all of that light rain make its way over Florida Turnpike and continuing to make its way westward as these storms slowly start to fizzle out through the overnight tonight. Fingers crossed things do start to stay quiet tomorrow, because again, lots of kids going to head back to school, and we'll end our stream for the night on that. So if you are watching, kiddos are headed back to school on Monday. We'll take a look at what we're seeing right here. And for your bus stop on Monday,
looking like partly to mostly cloudy skies, temperatures right around the upper 70s as you're headed off to school. And stay tuned on Sunday night. We will do a whole breakdown on your back to school forecast coming up in the next couple minutes. All right, everyone, have a wonderful night and stay safe. Again, good luck to all the kiddos headed back to school this week. And make sure you tune in tonight at 8 as well as tonight at 10 and 11. And I'll have your full forecast, more details then. Have a great night, everybody.